Between 1914 and 1918, there was a bloody international conflict known as World War I. The Central Powers, which included Germany, Austria-Hungary, Bulgaria, and the Ottoman Empire, fought the Allied powers, which included the United States, Japan, France, Russia, Italy, Romania, and Romania. The horrors of trench warfare and new military technologies contributed to the unparalleled levels of death and devastation that marked World War I. Over 16 million people died in Europe and around the world as a result of it, and the Central Powers were defeated. Following Germany's unification and annexation of French territories, following the Franco-Prussian War of 1870, tensions had been building throughout Europe. The European balance of powers was upset by Germany's rise, which sparked an alliance-building frenzy. The catalyst was set in Bosnia, where a Serbian nationalist battling to overthrow Austro-Hungarian rule over the country assassinated the heir to the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Germany backed Austria-Hungary, declared war on Serbia, which was allied with France and backed by Russia, accusing it of being behind the attack. A week later, World War I broke out. The Schlieffen Plan, Germany's war strategy, called for fighting Russia and France on two fronts. The idea was to quickly concentrate the majority of its army in the west to overthrow France before Russia could fully mobilize, and then move forces to the east. Japan joined forces with Britain in Asia, annexing German colonies in the Pacific and China. The Ottoman Empire, a longtime rival of the Russian Empire, joined the conflict alongside Germany and Austria-Hungary, creating fronts in the Middle East to gain control over the Suez Canal and oil supplies. German forces advanced far into France, nearly reaching Paris, but Franco-British forces stopped them at the Battle of the Marne. The German hopes of winning fast in France were dashed with the loss. Both sides dug in trenches, and the Western Front served as the theater for a 3-year attrition war, during which the first chemical and gas weapons were used. Among the major engagements of World War I were the naval Battle of Jutland in 1916 between the German and British fleets, as well as Verdun and the Battle of the Somme on the Western Front. After aviation was recently developed, planes were primarily used for observation before being progressively employed for air combat and bombing. European colonies and British dominions, including India, fought each other all over the world. Russia's army launched multiple offensives on the Eastern Front between 1914 and 1916, but they were unsuccessful in breaching the German defenses. Allied forces attempted to establish a sea supply route through the Dardanelles Strait in order to support Russia, which is geographically isolated. They later launched a land invasion of the Gallipoli Peninsula. Both attempts against Ottoman resistance were unsuccessful. Italy had remained neutral until 1915 as it struggled against Austria-Hungary to annex new territories. Italy had originally been a member of the Triple Alliance alongside Germany and Austria-Hungary. Little was accomplished by the 12 Italian offensives along the Isonzo River. Bulgaria joined the Central Powers in their invasion of Serbia with the goal of regaining Balkan territories. Germany was subject to a naval blockade by the Royal Navy, and German submarines were used to sink military and commercial ships that were supplying the Allies, including those that were coming from the United States. Furthermore, Mexico received a telegraph from Germany proposing an alliance against the United States, which had declared war on the other day, but Britain had intercepted and forwarded it to Mexico. Russia's lack of military progress and economic instability erupted in 1917 with the Bolshevik Revolution, ending Russian involvement in the war and paving the way for the Soviet Union to be established. Germany could concentrate on the Western Front and win the war against the Allies more quickly before American forces arrived, even though Russia was no longer a factor. Even though the Ottomans prevailed at Gallipoli, subsequent setbacks and a British-backed Arab uprising compelled the Turks to sign an alliance with the Allies in October 1918. Furthermore, an armistice was reached in Austria-Hungary, which was collapsing internally as a result of escalating nationalist movements among its heterogeneous populace. When Germany's military resources ran out and its allies surrendered, it was ultimately compelled to seek an armistice in November 1918, which put an end to World War I. The Spanish flu pandemic was made worse by World War I, which also improved America's economic standing and brought down four sizable empires: Poland, Finland, Turkey, Czechoslovakia, and Yugoslavia were among the nations that emerged from the dissolution of the German, Austro-Hungarian, Russian, and Ottoman empires. The Treaty of Versailles held Germany solely accountable for war damages, so it was forced to reduce its army and pay significant war reparations. Despite the League of Nations establishment with the goal of fostering peace, the treaty was viewed as an insult by the German people and set the stage for World War I. If you like the video, subscribe the channel. Thank you for watching.